With the announcement of the Cave and Cliffs update, there are a ton of new features coming to Minecraft. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining all of it to you. So stay tuned. Although we did learn a ton today about the next update, there's still a lot to know that they will be announcing with snapshots. I will be covering all these, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the future of Minecraft. So just to start off, I want to say this year's Minecraft was great and filled with content, but just let's get straight into the update. So the first announcement was Lush Caves. They seem to spawn under a certain type of tree, and it's basically a normal cave, but it's filled with new features like moss, these new trees, vines that actually glow, along with a new plant that we didn't get any information on yet, but it does have particles floating around, so you can break those and bring those anywhere with you. And this is absolutely amazing, and there are tons of new things to explore in here. We didn't get that much information about it, but we will soon. The drip leaf plant is a plant you find in the new Lush Forest cave, and it is basically a platform that's amazing for parkour creators, that after a certain amount of time, the plant falls and then you fall through it. So this is great for making parkour, and then eventually it goes back up to its original state. The next big announcement at Minecon was updated cave generation. So as you can see in the background, there are now going to be different types of caves, from the old cave design to these new giant open cave designs to underwater caves. So as you can see here, this player is swimming through a cave and he finds an opening to another cave. So you can find different caves off of one cave and probably go mining for all of time. Another really awesome cave that is about to be shown in a minute are these water caves, right? That you can use a boat to go across and you go water rafting in a cave. It's absolutely sick, and definitely, in my opinion, the coolest looking biome. As you can see right here, this player is about to go on a boat and go across these ginormous caves. They're absolutely huge. Next, we have another cave biome called Dripstone Caves, and these caves include stalagmites and stalactites. Stalagmites are the ground and stalactites are on the ceiling. So stalagmites and stalactites, I don't really know what they're used for, but stalagmites, the one on the ground, if you fall on them, they actually damage you. And if you break the block a stalactite is hanging onto, it will fall and crumple into pieces. And here's just some background gameplay. They said if you placed a cauldron in this biome, it would eventually fill with water from the stalactites. So I'm very excited to see what the developers do with this biome. So the next biome, they did not show us gameplay of, but they showed us the blocks inside of it. And one of the blocks can actually be used for non-wired redstone. If you go near the block, it will activate redstone as a vibration mechanic. So this is going to be life-changing for redstone. And there are going to be so many more possible farms and easy farms. So basically, the closer you walk to one of these things, the redstone will activate. So I think that's very cool. Very confusing. I'm not great with redstone, but going back to the biome, they also announced the Warden, which is a new, not a mini boss officially, but it's a new mob that I count as a mini boss because it's super strong. It is crazy what they did with this cave. This is not actually what the cave will look like, the cave biome. The cave biome is all the way at the bottom of the world, and it's supposed to be very dark and creepy, but they didn't actually show us that yet. And with this, actually, there are candles, as you can see right there. They look like sea pickles, but they're candles. And this looks terrifying. The music in it was terrifying, and this really adds some creepiness to Minecraft that gets me, honestly, so excited. And I'm not sure if this is a dungeon or a base, but we'll see. But here is the mob about to show up. Right there, right there. It is terrifying. Oh my gosh. So it's actually blind, and it only senses you by vibrations. So it can't see you, and as long as you're crouched, you'll be okay. But if it does spot you, you're in a bad position. As you can see, he slowly starts to walk away without us crouching. And then he starts coming, and he shoots him once, and he does this sort of angry animation, like some sort of monster. And I think they need to add more animations like that to every mob, because that was sick. And this thing is fast. Oh my gosh, look at how fast that is. That is terrifying. And it is a tank. It can take so many hits. And one hit, he has full netherite armor on. It's a 6.5 hearts. 6.5. He got 2-shot by this thing. So that really scares me. For me, this was the coolest feature announced at Minecon. The next announcement were Amethyst, which actually can only be found in these geodes. And in these geodes, they cannot be broken. So you have to like make a landmark around it so you can collect these amethysts. I know they have a use of making telescopes, but besides that, I don't actually know what they're going to be used for yet, but you're going to be needing to make some farms off them, so it's overall very exciting. The next feature are telescopes, and I don't know why Minecraft needs telescopes, but as you can see, you can zoom in with telescopes and just take a look around, and it's overall really cool. This is kind of like, I don't think we need it, but you know, it's still a great feature. And besides amethyst, you also need copper to make telescopes. So copper is a new ore, and you can actually use it as a building block, and over time copper will turn green just like in real life. So here you can see a time lapse of over time, actually a long time, the copper starts to turn green. And I think this is an extremely cool feature, and I think it's going to be an extremely interesting feature for your builds and for Minecraft. Another thing copper can make is a lightning rod, so now your wool and wood roofs do not get struck by lightning. This makes sure that your roofs are safe from lightning, and I think this is another great feature. The next addition are bundles, and these are basically transportable chests, but they're very small, so they can hold up to a stack of blocks, but they can hold any different types of blocks. So you can have 32 grass blocks and 32 iron blocks, and then it's full. But that is so cool for storage. Like, you can hold all these different flowers, and you're just saving a ton of inventory space. So this is actually game changing for survival players. And I know myself, I will be using this feature like crazy, and this actually got me extremely hyped, and I'm so glad this is coming in the next update. So the next announcement actually really surprised me. I did not expect this at all, but they announced Archaeology. Archaeology sites are gonna have brushes which you can use to go into gravel and dirt at these sites and find rare artifacts. And if you do it correctly, you can get the artifact, but you can also break the artifact. And this is something that I've really never expected to come to Minecraft, and it's really gonna help Minecraft's lore grow. And you get these little rune things. So in a minute, we'll see actually what these runes look like. They're little pieces of art. There's an Enderman, an Ender Dragon, Steve, Alex, a zombie, all these crazy things. And as you can see here, he's digging away at the gravel, and he gets this rune of the Ender Dragon. Now this art is not final, they said, obviously, because it does not look great, but it's still super cool. They also announced pots, which you actually put the shards / ruin things you find onto them, and it's very interesting because you can have your own custom pots. And then if you light a fire under the pots, over time they will start to cook, and as the time goes on, you get your fully made pots. And this is something that's super interesting. I wonder if you can store stuff in them. That was not announced, but this is overall a really cool feature that I did not expect either with the cave update. Last but not least, they announced Axolotls, and these are a new mob found in the caves. And they're actually some sea creatures. So if you go swimming and you get out your bucket, you can actually collect these adorable fish that I think are super cool looking actually. They're so cool looking. And you can put them in a bucket and carry them around with you. And here is some concept art about to come on screen. As you can see, they look super cool. And then you can actually put them out in the ocean, and they will follow you. So you can get yourself an army of these axolotls, and they will fight by your side. They will fight guardians with you and all that great stuff. It's very interesting. So you can start growing your armies. Look, like they're fighting the guardians, and this is another great announcement. They also gave us some gameplay of the goats and the mountains, and the goats will hit mobs off of the mountains, and they're overall a great feature, nothing crazy. So what do you guys think about the announcements they made at Minecon? I think they're all really cool, and make sure to subscribe because I am going to be covering everything that goes on with this update and what the possibilities are for the future of this update. Also, make sure to smash the like button if you did enjoy the video. It helps me out a lot, and also it helps other people get this information. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please share the channel and subscribe and like. Peace out.